And we're live. Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. So, we're playing more Nine Souls, which is going to be nice because this game's really good. Excuse me. And let the game further capture because it takes a second for it to fully capture. There we go. So, yeah, we're playing more Nine Souls today. I don't know why my controller... Oh, I know why. Now I know why. Okay. And yeah, last we left off here, I believe we had just broken out of the prison and we went through a boss fight that involved some kind of weird captive creature and a bunch of stuff. We're probably gonna make this stream a little shorter because I've been having some really weird internet problems lately. So just a heads up about that. But yeah, besides that, things have been pretty normal. Aside from hearing some stuff about Twitch's September thing that kind of annoyed the shit out of me. and I apologize if I need to clear my throat. I did just eat. So, yeah. We also got some upgrades as far as a new method of parry, which lets us parry red attacks, which is good. And I think I was on my way through here. Or no, yeah, I remember. I was trying to get my way through here, but it was not giving me any kind of rest point that was fairly close. But I see now that there's... I need to take care of that so the heat sink doesn't destroy me. But yeah, so the Twitch thing that I have to mention, it's the issue with it that I and others are seeing is it's like no shocker that Twitch has been a bit issue driven lately, like driven by a lot of problems, but in particular it's pretty bad this time around because it's involving a event. An event that everybody knows and loved called September. And for those that don't know what that is, September is when Twitch puts a discount on various levels of subscriptions, be it tier 1s, 2s, 3s, and gifted. And learned a few things. One, so you know that Partner Plus thing that they did a while back where they're like, hey, we're gonna help people be able to get those coveted 60-40 and 70-30 splits. Well, apparently September subscriptions don't count towards that. And like, I can't fucking... Like, I don't get why. But apparently that's the case. So, yeah, there was a bit of news I learned today that made me go like, God damn it, really, Twitch? Like, I don't know, it's... Oh, I think I already destroyed the thing for the heatsink, so I think we're good, actually. In that case, need to go up this way. Did I destroy it? I did destroy it. There's an elevator there, but I don't know where that takes me. Oh, there's a oh! Ah, hold on. I'm gonna see about something. Give me just a moment. Oh, right. Yeah, these are the enemies that you try to practice the red... Ah, God, I can't see it, so it makes it hard to... Okay, I can hold it. I thought I couldn't hold it. I can. Ah. Interesting. Oh, I can do a skull kick and it works the same way. Interesting. Fuck that guy. But yeah, the learning that recently made me just go like, God damn it, you know? And I'm just kind of mulling along as best as I can with this whole situation because it's not ideal, but... Ow. It's not ideal, but what can you do? You know, Twitch will just want to keep making these decisions for some reason. Yeah, and then we have these homunculi things that are gross and indestructible, so you have to lure them in here so that they can just completely burn up. Come on. Come on, little buddy. Come on, you freaky little guy. There we go. Yeah, besides that, it's been just more of the usual. Just surviving as best as I can with all the things that are going on. Yeah, I hope all y'all are doing all right. It's just been hot and miserable too. Like I just cannot convey to y'all how bad it's been in my neck of the woods. It has been atrocious, humidity-wise, and just general temperature. Like excessive heat advisories have been going around because it's like 99 plus in my neck of the woods. So yeah, not fun. Not ideal. Not a circumstance that I would say is good. Yeah! Oh yeah! Oh, that's where I died. Right. Yeah, I remember. I died there, and, I died there because I was out of heals and in a very awkward spot. I also forgot that I can dash through that. Come on, come down. Come on, hop down. Hop down, buddy. You know you want to hop down. Or go close to that fire, that works. Thank you. Alright, so what is on the other side here? Okay, it's just the other side of whatever this is. Okay, so I have been here before. Alright. So we're just gonna kind of see where things take us right now as far as the story is concerned, because we encountered one of the souls and he fucking kicked our ass. He kicked our ass and decided to torture Yi for a good while because he's like, oh, Yi, you must be evil and tall like I am and have massive eyebrows. And Yi's like, no, I need to be a good size so I don't take up too much screen on the video game I'm playing. Can you come down the thing, or? No, you can't. Okay. In that case. What does that do? Oh, it makes the platforms. Ah. Does this light up? No, but those do. Ah! Okay, can't get too antsy on the jumps there. But yeah, besides my usual, I've also been playing a lot of Fields of Mystery on my downtime. I've made it to winter in-game, which I've decided I'm going to start pacing myself because I don't want to potentially see everything before the next content update. Oh. Well, that works out. But I will just say that, once more, I'm having a lot of fun with the game. There we go. Alright, and that's now open. But besides Fields of Mystria, I've been playing some more Baldur's Gate because I am in the final act of the game, and I'm literally in the final quest. I won't spoil what all goes down because though the game is now a year old since its 1.0 release, I understand that a lot of people want to take their time with games. I took my time with BG3 as well, so I get it. And shit went down, but I've done pretty much everything I can. I completed all the companion quests. I got done with all of the other kind of side missions that are supposed to help you with some of the NPCs. So, besides that, it's just been a normal BG3 playthrough. And I play a half-elf ranger for anybody who's curious. And I would do a second playthrough, and I want to try the Dark Urge, because that sounds like a lot of fun and has some interesting stuff to it. But I don't think I'm going to do that until I get a better computer. That's where I'm at with that at this time. So, yeah, it's been Fields of Mystria, Baldur's Gate, and I also got back into playing more of a game on my Switch that I've chipped at for the better part of a couple years. And I'll tell you more about that in a second, but let's read this. Pharmacy panel. Medicine cabinet warning message. Warning. Medicine cabinet damaged. Use the gene eradicator or on any remaining experimental subjects. Transmutation medicine is a combination of biological and chemical substances that facilitate genetic sequence modification. It can be ingested or inhaled. Certain medications cause intense pain that is intolerable for many people. Some drugs have strong side effects and must be administered under expert guidance. Yeah, so the person in charge of this place is kind of a crazy hacker person, or not crazy pharmacist person that's like, I want to create the mutants. What's this? Gene eradicator. This toxin can cause irreversible damage when added to a transmutation crucible. This specifically refined neutralizing agent, created to control runaway experiments, ends any and all effects caused by genetic modification. Oh. Well then. It's a key item, so my guess is I have to put it somewhere. Maybe on the boss's body, so that he does not regenerate his rippling muscles. Yeah, I think the implication with Yi and the boss's relationship is that this guy taught Yi how to fight, or something like that. And yeah, so either way, Yi's out for blood. So the game that I've also been playing, or that I played a bit more of before, was a little game called Chained Echoes, which is a game that I talked about before, a long while ago, and hey there, Guy Invade Streams, how you doing? Just playing some Nine Souls, talking about a game that I got to do a little bit of side quest progress in. But yeah, the game is called Chained Echoes. Good, classes started recently? Yeah, classes kind of started for everybody. Hope the classes are gonna go well. I've opted to not go back into college for a while because I in my experience have had some sort of choppy experiences with classes. Not like the teachers being bad or anything, but just that I've not really figured out what I wanted to do. I was absent all of last week though because I had to take leave for COVID. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, the times I've had COVID in the past were not fun. I'm so sorry that happened. I hope you're feeling a lot better. COVID's a bitch. Like, when I had COVID last November, for one, it was near my birthday, so I had to spend my birthday sick, which was awful. And yeah, I only actually felt bad for like a day and a half. The more annoying part was missing shit. Ah, okay. Yeah, the COVID I had was missing 2 weeks worth of, was being home for 2 weeks, having fevers and aches, and it was not fun at all. It's never fun to feel sick for that long. Halcyon Sphere model. The Halcyon Sphere spans 9,000 li with 3 extreme range rhizomatic cannons. At the close of the turbulent era, Jie Tong led the Jie Kingdom to build the Halcyon Sphere, a massive satellite powered by countless rhizomatic columns capable of destroying any nation on Pengali. Many outstanding scientists were lured into working on this weaponized space station, as it was initially touted as a scientific satellite to be used for extraterrestrial research. Jie Tong's ambition to unify Pengali was thwarted by the Fangxi Guild, and the sphere was never completed. Though even though I feel fine, one of my teachers asked if I was feeling alright and said my voice sounds pretty bad. I would say just stay home and don't take any chances. Feels fine, but I guess there's a sign there. Yeah, like, don't take any chances when it comes to your health, frankly. Like, that's, like, when it comes to any kind of thing, whether it's an injury physically or a sickness physically, don't push yourself. Don't go in when you feel like you're at somewhat of a better station, because you're gonna end up feeling worse later. You know, it's kind of like whenever you're taking antibiotics, that you need to take everything as administered for the period of time, as opposed to like stopping the meds when you feel better. Don't do that. So don't push yourself. Just rest up however you can, and just make sure that you can tell your professors, hey, I'm sorry to ask, but could you give me assignments, or the assignments that I might have missed or something. Or if your professors are cool with it, they could also send you the PowerPoints, or you could check the PowerPoints and lectures online if that's an option. You know, as much as I didn't really care for online classes for my web dev stuff, I did like that the classes were pre-recorded for people who might not have made it in time. So that's a plus. Yeah, COVID's a bitch. I got most of the assignments online. I hate it, but it works, I guess. Yeah, it's... assignments... Online classes for me have also been kind of a mixed bag of an experience. I like the mixed online thing where it's like, you have your in-person lectures, but all of your assignments are online. And I've had full-on online classes, but I feel like a lot gets missed when you are... A lot gets missed when you're not getting that potential communication between each other, or if something can't be explained well through a video or what have you, because some subjects in college are not very cut and dry as far as how they're taught. A lot of things can be variable, so yeah, I can understand that. In particular, when it came to coding and how so much of the terminology and stuff just flew over my head because I had no idea how to do some of it. History 102 and English 101 professors were probably the most chill about it. Okay. Well, at least you have some good teachers about that whole thing. Because, I mean, COVID is still a very big issue globally. And I feel like now if you tell your professors, hey, I'm sick, I'm sorry, they are probably more understanding because they were still affected. They're likely about as affected by it as you or I were, or everybody else has been. So I'm glad at least some of your professors were understanding. All right, Sword of Jade, a Solarian artifact that can be gifted to Xuan Xuan. The Jade clan's ancestral sword. Custom-made defensive swords are an important part of Jade culture. The sword's form and complexity reflects its owner's identity and status. Okay. So you just had a whole empire that was like, hey, everybody gets a sword and that sword represents you. Cool. Yeah, I had 2 instances during my fall semester last year where my professors were very understanding about a medical predicament. One was COVID, and the other before that was when I had a pinched nerve in my back that made me completely unable to move my arm without feeling a immense pain. So they were understanding because, you know, life happens. Life happens and you get a pinched nerve. Okay, oh, it's right, I got fertilizer that I could give him too. Yee, what's that funky smelling thing you've got there? This is GM fertilizer that helps crops grow bigger. Can I have some? My tree hasn't been growing lately. Are you still looking after that tree? Did I say... I did say it was of unknown origin. But this is the first time I've ever managed to grow something this successfully. Sure then. Here you go. Be very careful with it, though. It's a potent mix of several different medicinal ingredients, so it should never be ingested. I got it. I'm not the type of person who tries things just to see what they taste like. But you are. So yeah, the tree in question... Yeah, we gave him a sapling and it grew into that. I was doing a stream where I had a voice act and it made me realize what all my voices sound like. Yeah, it's... that's what I kind of like about reading for games that have no VA work in it. Very different levels of high-pitched. Ah. Yeah, I just like getting to make up voices, too. Other than the guy made British. He was just British. Right. My thing is, I just try to go with what I feel fits, unless there seems to be a canon voice. The only problem is, it makes it hard whenever you don't know how to pronounce a character's name. Like with Fields of Mystery, I just kind of went with my gut on how some of the characters' names were pronounced, like Ayland and Rias. Like, I still see people just going like, is it Reese or Rias? You know? So, to sum up the gifts that I've given Xuan Xuan, we gave him a sapling that turned into a massive plant, a flute, writing utensils, scrolls for drawing on, a VR headset, and now a sword. Because my voice is just high-pitched in general, so I voice Phoenix as myself, try to give most of the girls higher pitch. Oh, so Phoenix writes stuff. You know, I've been curious about trying the Phoenix Wright series in full on my own. Actually, so for those that don't know, I co-host a YouTube channel called Open Couch Gaming, and me and my buddy Jordan run that channel, and our deal is that we're trying to go through the first Ace Attorney game, and we are in the second to last case. We haven't been able to record a whole lot lately because he's going through a lot of life stuff that has made him unable to record. That's the best one? Really? The very first game is the best one? Because I hear a lot of good things about the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, or the Investigations game that is coming out in September? No, the second to last case in the first game. Oh, okay. Yeah, we really like it so far. If anything, I forgot that was the second to last case, and I thought that second to last case was the final mission, which is weird because it feels like the perfect final mission. You know, because Edgeworth in that game is such a hard ass towards you that he has to be vulnerable and ask Phoenix for help in this final case where he's, you know, framed. And it just makes me think like, wow, why isn't this the final case? It's only the second to last one because the DS version got an... Oh, right, because wasn't the first iteration of that a Game Boy Advance game? Or am I misremembering? GBA? That's crazy. Yeah, okay. So that explains why it feels like such a final mission kind of game. Final mission kind of chapter. But yeah, I've debated about getting more into the series myself because I hear they're really fun stories, characters are fun, and I mean, Capcom's definitely present about putting them on new platforms. Literally, like the second Investigations Miles Edgeworth game never saw a release outside of Japan until this year, so Capcom's been really on the ball about porting a lot of their old stuff over. I mean, shit, we're like, this year there's going to be that collection of Marvel vs. Capcom games. And a lot of people really do like the final case, but I personally did not like it. That case gave me trauma. We'll see when we get there, but I've got to, like, Jordan's got to get his situation sorted out. And he's doing okay. It's just, it's coming down to, like, home ownership is really hard and also costing a lot of money because maintaining a house is a commitment. It is a commitment that's not easy. So, yeah, I'm like, he's taking his time on things, and I'm fully aware of that, and I'm fully okay with that. You know, he can take however much time he needs in order to get that settled because, I mean, he got a home, which is huge and great. But his home has a lot of stuff that needs fixing, which isn't good. But, I mean, what house doesn't have issues, right? It's actually a pretty interesting story. It's just one thing I can't disclose. Gotcha. I understand that. Here, see if you can handle this one. Wow, this is the biggest knife I've ever seen. Careful, it's not a toy. You're right. This was made by a really good blacksmith. I should be able to make quick work of vegetables with the smooth edge it has. That wasn't made for cutting vegetables, dummy. It was made for self-defense. This pavilion is safe for now, but if anything were to happen, you need to learn to protect yourself. Who's Jade Tong? Your friend? Where did you hear that name? It's written on the handle. That's so. Not important. You don't need to know who he is. Hey, you can't steal other people's things without their permission. Most of the Jade clan's inheritance comes from plundering their neighbors during the war. I'm just giving them a taste of their own medicine, which I think is more than warranted. I just don't feel good about it. Take it. You're going to learn how to use it sooner or later. What if they come back and ask for it? Are you not going to give it back? You don't have to worry about that. As long as I'm around, their little heirloom stays with me. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy to think of the kind of things that are getting ported and remastered. Also, we've got an ad break coming up in about 3 minutes, just a heads up. I'll make sure to take that break for y'all. I'm not recycling the gene eradicator. I think that sounds too important for me to recycle. Why can't I recycle that? Why can I recycle the gene eradicator? That's so weird. All right, we'll get another pipe vial. A moment of your time, Sir Yi. I saw some paintings of renown hanging up on your walls. By whose hand were they rendered into being? Huh? What? Paintings of renown? You mean like the portrait of the Kunlun Immortal? No, the painter casts a much bolder stroke, signed with the name Xuanyuan. Ha! They resemble the painting you have in your possession. Every stroke a curiosity, every hue a mystery. This is the first time I have laid eyes on such an exquisite artwork. Are you for real? Why, of course I am. Do you see a flaw in my judgment? I have dabbled in both ancient and contemporary treasures. My expertise can surely withstand public judgment. No, I didn't mean to question your expertise. It's just, I didn't know you had such unique tastes. With all due respect, Sir Yi, would you be willing to part with the painting in your hands? What's in it for me? Allow me to think this through. How about this? I have one Fangxi jade in my personal collection, which is usually off limits, but I can make an exception for your masterpiece. Oh, jade. Oh, that means I could get more jades in my system. I'm so fucking hyped for Risk of Rain DLC tomorrow. I've heard a lot of things about Risk of Rain. I've debated about giving that a go because I like roguelikes. Want some basic components. Deal. Wonderful! Oh, this painting. What incredible artistry. Okay, so Harness Jade. Performing a precise parry will complete any ongoing charge strike, making it immediately available for you. Oh! Oh my god, Lois, that's such a good jade. Holy fuck. Holy shit, Lois. You can buy Risk of Rain 2 or Risk of Rain Returns. They're so different, like one doesn't necessarily mean you like the other. Okay. I apologize if you hear my neighbor's dogs. You probably will, but there's a chance you wouldn't. I've seen Risk of Rain 2. I don't really know what Risk of Rain 1 is like. Because those are the roguelike ones with the spherical space helmets, right? Am I thinking of the right one, or am I wrong? Neighbor, they're so loud. I thought they were next room over. No, they've got 3 dogs, and they're very loud, and they are very. They usually only bark when someone else is in the backyard too. Probably, but that's pretty vague. Okay. They're in astronaut suits, and I see the cover art all the time of like one that's got like a arm camera looking thing on his shoulder. It looks like a GoPro, like a sci-fi GoPro. And I know that's a weird descriptor, but that's the best I've got. Let's go to the last node. I don't think there's... Is there anything I'm missing? That would be Captain. Yeah, that's the right game. Okay. Yeah, I've debated about giving more roguelikes a go, because I love roguelikes. I've been wanting to play more because they're just a lot of fun for me. It's just, this feels like a boss room. Hold on, I'm going back because I want to double check something. But there's just a lot of different roguelikes of different genres that I've given a go, and some I've liked, some I've thought were good. I haven't really played a bad roguelike yet, though. Although, I would say probably my least favorite roguelike that I've played is... Hold on. I forgot about the break. And the ads are done. Hi everybody, welcome back. All right, so I didn't mean to take a bong riff. So, what was I on about? I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, so the one roguelike that I'd say isn't bad, but probably one that I don't see myself really going back to very frequently is a little game by the name of Returnal that I have streamed a lot and I enjoyed my time with it, but the later half of the game kind of hampered my enjoyment of it because... So, in Returnal, there was a certain point after I had reached a later half of the game that felt like whatever I did to try and get through those later stages, it felt like the upgrades and materials and shit that I kept getting were not up to par for the fights that I was going through. You know what I mean? Like, there was a certain point where I was fighting enemies that were common for that area, but the weapons and upgrades that I had gotten were only up to the... There we go. But, like, got back from getting water? Good. Stay hydrated. But yeah, Returnal. Just... The game was perfectly paced when it was just having me go up to that first section and the final boss of that first half. But then, as that later half of the game went through... Oh, God. Ow! Okay. I didn't know mini-boss was here. Mini-boss jump scare. What was I saying? Okay, Returnal. So later half of the game, common enemies were starting to get a little too strong for the weapons that I had to acquire in order to beat that section. And I just kept dying and then starting, and I was just stuck in that first area, and I don't know, I felt like the game felt perfectly ended when I was done with that first half with the boss that has you floating through space. I don't know if maybe the actual conclusion is a better conclusion, but I don't know, it was just not fun for me to just be underpowered as I kept going through those spots. And some would say skill issue, and I'd say sure, but sometimes when you ram your head against a wall long enough, you just kind of think like, ramming my head against a wall isn't fun, and then you stop. It's why I quit playing Elden Ring. So, yeah. That's the one roguelike I've played that I was just like, I'm not having fun here. All right. Third hit. Ooh. It's hard to do when you've already got a mini boss on your back. Woo, that's rough. But yeah, the general situation about roguelikes is I just try to keep my eye out on stuff that looks interesting and has a cool premise to it, because I've noticed a trend that a lot of roguelikes are following nowadays where they're doing kind of the Survivors format that Vampire Survivors popularized, which is fine, you know, you want to make something based on a thing that you think is cool and it's popular, that's fine. But it's like you can't throw a pebble without hitting one, you know? And I tried one from a demo that I thought was pretty interesting, and I see why it's so popular and addictive, but I don't know, when you just see so many copies of the same idea, you just can't help but kind of glaze your eyes over and think, oh god, it's like the Overwatch thing again. Which is actually kind of funny to me, because Overwatch clones, like that Concord game, have Like, Overwatch clones like that Concord game, for instance, have just completely fallen off as far as popularity is concerned. Like, maybe one Survivors game, and I do like more than Vampire Survivors. Yeah, I'd probably play Vampire Survivors because it gives me Castlevania energy, and I like Castlevania, but there's too many other games that I want to play at this time. But I also like when a roguelike has something more to it than just the gameplay. Like, the gameplay needs to be good, but I do like when a game has more to offer than just arcadey action. I don't think Concord has a chance to ever fall off. It never was on. That is so... God. God, I remember when that game was... I had to remember when that game was announced on the State of Play, I think in like June or May or something. Yeah, it was either May or June that State of Play happened, and Concord was shown, and it looked like somebody was like, what if we made Overwatch? And then they're like, okay, but Overwatch already exists. And they're like, okay, what if we made Overwatch but Guardians of the Galaxy diet version? Like the Coke Zero of Guardians of the Galaxy mixed with Overwatch. And that's what Concord is. And I really don't envy the developers that had to work on that game because their game flopped. That game launched and flopped hard. I think the maximum player base that game had as far as its release was something to the tune of like 650 players. Not 650,000, just 650. Something like that. I don't know the exact number, but it was around 600. And I saw that number and I could not believe it. I was like, oh my God. But it's definitely shown that live service games have lost a lot of favor in the general gaming sphere, and it's like, it's also just shown that apparently that game took 8 years of development, and the format that is seeming to happen with a lot of AAA games is causing them to really be at a major loss, where a lot of developers want to keep taking risks and make bigger and better projects, but these bigger and better projects are things that are getting not cheers, but groans out of people that are seeing these at showcases because it's just not interesting to them. 1 year for every 80 players makes sense, yeah. And I just hope that those developers get to work on something different, because they're working for companies that are just like, hey, make this big popular genre thing by these parameters, whereas a lot of the most popular games right now are indie stuff. I mean, shit, I talk about Fields of Mystria. That game reached 100,000 downloads on Steam, and it's only in its early access first iteration. So yeah, the writing on the wall is there. It's that people don't want live service. They don't want games thought up by committee. And it's just showing that AAA industry is not sustainable at all, because they're just trying to make bigger and better games that are taking longer and longer to make. And that's not to say that there aren't indie games that aren't taking forever. There are. I mean, one of the running gags in the games industry is how little to no news there is of Silksong. I got that game recommended to me, never was into Stardew, so I really wanted to figure it probably wouldn't stick. Fields of Mystria does a lot of stuff that improves upon the formula of Stardew in ways that I say would be preferable, and I would recommend it because of a few things. One, it's got a lot of quality of life improvements that really help it stand out as far as player convenience. Like being able to jump, being able to craft stuff with items from your storage as opposed to having them on your person, being able to change your outfits without having to go into your inventory to do so. Just all sorts of stuff there. And then there's the matter of the thing that I like. One of the things I like a lot about that game is Fields of Mystria, compared to most other farm sims I played, has a story. to progress and upgrades to obtain. It's not to say there aren't upgrades in Stardew. There are, but a lot of the rewards and stuff that you get in Fields of Mystria kind of feeds back into something else. Like, you get better at your cooking skills, for instance, in Fields of Mystria. The amount of time it takes to make a meal can get reduced. Or when you're in dungeons, you move faster depending on your dungeoneering. It's just a lot of what you do in the game contributes to, one, the story of restoring a town back to prosperity, and two, finding out what intrigue is behind Mystria that has you exploring the mines, helping the town get back on its feet, etc. So that's my major thing that I would say is a draw for Fields of Mystria, is that there's a story to progress, and it feels like you're accomplishing something besides just your farming, your socializing, your fishing, your mining, your ranching. In games like that, I want an objective, minimal as it may be, because I literally just get put into a world and told to do things. Yeah, I get that. Like, that's why for a long while I got kind of bored on some. That's why I dropped Stardew until I picked it up again with mods, because mods at the very least added something more to it that built the world around more. Whereas in Mystria, it has a world that is inhabited by characters that interact with each other, have commentary based on things that are said in passing, things that are done in passing, like quests. And then, as I said, there's actually a story to it. Because in that game, you are an adventurer brought to Mystria to restore it after it had suffered from a damaging earthquake, and it needs to get back on its feet. Otherwise, they won't be able to sustain themselves any longer. So, yeah, I would recommend it wholeheartedly. Plus, it's only like $14 right now. So, there you go. There's my endorsement. I recommend this game too, though, because it's a really good Metroidvania. God, that third attack. That third attack comes out so quickly. But my situation with a lot of games lately is I have a lot of ones that I do keep my eye out on, and some that I have yet to play that I've been interested in for years. It's just a matter of affordability. I can never get into Metroidvanias, even ones I genuinely like. I get lost and slowly fall off the game as I can't find the way to progress. That's fair. That's what I like about this game to an extent, is because, like, Blasphemous, very fun game, I don't know where the fuck to go. Okay. No, I see what you mean. For me, Metroidvanias feel like they have a linear kind of progression. This one in particular I like because most of the time when you get an upgrade, it helps inform the player as to where they're going next, as far as your next objective is concerned. So, like this game, for instance, the area to the far right here, I think it was this one. Was it? Yeah, it was this one. Like, it was this one. So say this area to the left here had a robot with a shield that was blocking the area I was supposed to go to next, and I couldn't get past it unless I had the charge attack. So I was like, oh, okay, gotta make a mental note of that to come back here when I have the upgrade that lets me blast through shields. Got it, and then I went through, and then that's where my progress goes. But there are some worlds that do genuinely get too big, or maybe some points of progression are really obtuse and you don't really know what you're supposed to do at the go. Like, as much as I love Symphony of the Night, like everybody else, I did not know for one of the progression points that I had to use the stopwatch item at the clock part of the map. I didn't know how I was supposed to come to that conclusion. I don't know if that was hinted at or what have you, but that felt very much like a guide that came with the PS1 game kind of situation. So, I get what you mean. There are some occasions where progression in a Metroidvania can feel a bit obtuse, but I think for the most part that if you just keep notes as to where you can't go, and then when you get an upgrade that informs on what you can do with it, that's usually your cue to go like, okay, where in this world was this upgrade, can this upgrade be used? And then go from there. It's kind of like in Zelda, where you get the hook shot and then you remember, oh yeah, there was a chest on a cliffside that had a hook shot point on it. You know, think that way. Which I guess would kind of qualify Zelda as a Metroidvania, in a way. God, I've got 2 things to avoid and I have to fight this guy. It's possible. It's just rough. I just wonder what I'll get for an upgrade. Because I also, I took a peek at the Steam achievements for this game and some of them made me chuckle. There is one where it's Yi and Shenong sharing a cup of booze together. And it just, the achievement said, I'm Yi and I have a drinking problem. And I just thought that was really funny. So I like that the devs have a sense of humor as far as their achievement namings go. It's nice. Or the one that just says stonks and it apparently involves you trading in a coin that's gifted to you to the recycling. God, that bullet. Both times he kept backing away from me, or I was about to get shot at. Does that drinking problem even fit? I mean, he gets drunk. Okay, so let me show you the character. So it involves the reason why my health gets increased. So this guy, Shenong, he has a condition where he's supposed to be eating poisonous stuff, otherwise he'll go under an anaphylactic shock kind of state. So we give him poison items and he's like, hey, I make these mixtures that could really boost your health. I mean fit in the text box when you get the achievement. I don't know, I just saw it at a glance and I thought it was funny. Also, holy shit. I can barely see the top from here.
It's incredible. I've never seen such a huge tree before. I want to see how tall it can get. There's just one problem. How are we supposed to trim the upper branches?
That wouldn't be a problem for those of the Yumin Kingdom. Most of them can handle low altitude flight. Their cities develop vertically, so big trees like this are a perfect fit for them. That woman must have brought the seed from her hometown.
So they can all fly? That's so cool! Do their cities look like huge forests? I wish I could go see for myself.
Don't get too excited. They inhabit a resource-starved wasteland, so everything they grow is GM to hell and back. You know, what is this GM thing you keep talking about? Genetic modification, otherwise known as transmutation. For example, if someone wants to fly, they can incorporate avian genes into their bodies to grow a pair of wings. By using the same technology on a plant, we can produce all sorts of high-efficiency crops. So that's why some of those trees out there taste like meat. Can we also be GM'd?
Can we? I want to be GM so I can be fluffy like you guys.
Please don't. Actually, you're already quite different from the original ape-man.
Have you been GM too? The other people in your tribe all look taller than you.
That has nothing to do with genetic modification. He called him short. Yeah, so we got this plant from the second boss of the game, or from the area of the second boss. Hedgehog Jade allows precise parries to inflict internal damage to enemies, harness their power, and return the favor. Ooh. Ooh, that sounds good. But yeah, Yi drinks with this guy, and then my health gets better. My health bar grows. Alright, let's go try for that fight again. Yeah, the, I just find the story with Concord very depressing, because it really did just feel like a game thought up by committee. The same kind of thing that made people really groan when Forspoken, that's what it was. Forspoken to come out, and people were groaning because of the Joss Whedon quippy lines, and it's just really funny because roughly around that time Hi-Fi Rush released, and then that just sold like hotcakes. And yeah, it just feels like when you try to cash in on that particular format or that style of writing or some kind of dynamic of characters, people just spot it immediately and just kind of log it in their heads as like, oh, this game has this aspect of it, and it just does not really feel like it was part of a vision someone had. It was just more like checking boxes because they thought it was what's popular. So, yeah. God. That's a pretty long hitbox. But yeah, I turned off the Steam achievement noise for myself because I found that it kind of breaks the immersion of playing a game, whether on stream or off stream. So I don't really use it. I just check the achievements afterwards because I want to see what all I got. Excuse me. But even then, I'm not even that much of a completionist, so yeah. Alright, let's try this again. I probably could try for the perfect parries, or like the ultra parries. Oh shit. I can do it. I think I can do it. It's just, I'm overthinking how quick the timings are, or how slow or quick the timing is. I just need to get the patterns down. But yeah, that Concord story just makes me sad. Because a lot of people worked on that game, and it just released to a complete disinterest from people, and it's not even, I just hope they get to work on something better. But the other thing that's kind of sad is, like, when it comes to other, like, large games that are coming out, it's also kind of made getting your platform of choice to be difficult, because PC is going to be around no matter what, and a lot of people have been able to make PCs that can run the same kind of console graphics, albeit that's getting challenged a lot more when it comes to some exclusives being put on PC, like Final Fantasy 16. I've been hearing some stories about how that game is a challenge for people's PCs to run. God damn it. To be frank, I think the devs themselves know that that's not what people want, so the lack of fanfare itself isn't too disheartening. It's having to work on the game in the first place. Yeah. Yeah, It's just kind of one of those things where they did it because it was their job to do it, and then when they were finished with the job, I mean, it's something they can put on their portfolio for certain, but it's not gonna light the world on fire. It's just, again, one of those games made by committee, or thought up by committee, made by devs that probably would have just did it because they were paid to, and game releases, it doesn't do well, and those devs are just gonna end up getting fired, sadly, because that's the cycle, you know? Game does bad, layoffs happen. Game does well, layoffs happen because Game Pass. So, yeah. There we go. Ah, damn it. I'm trying to pay attention to two things at once, the axe boss and the turret. Makes it tough. Maybe if I time it to where I could parry both the axe attack and... No. I don't know if I could parry both at once. Yeah, I also appreciate some honesty, some points where devs talk about a not-so-fun experience they've had with some games. I remember hearing about how during Drakengard 3's hype release, Yoko Taro said to Drakengard fans to not get their hopes up. Like, I appreciate devs that are honest, you know? That are honest about the problems they may have had during the development or the challenges they're facing when it comes to either making a game or what have you. Damn it. So, it's just disheartening, you know, this whole industry situation. No matter the industry, by the by, it's a problem no matter where you go, when it comes to people that are making the thing that you're playing or watching, just not getting the pay, or working on something that clearly is not really made with passion and care, but just made because it emulates a thing that's popular. So, yeah. Which makes it nice whenever you get to see something that's gotten the popularity it deserves because it's, like, when it's made with such passion and drive. You know? Because a lot of the success stories that I'm seeing, in particular with Fields of Mystria, this, and a few other games that I've been interested, getting the acclaim that they deserve, that feels good. That feels very good, because it just makes it feel like, yeah, you know, AAA... AAA industry is just... For example, I blank in another world, and my blank can be this. Yeah. Oh, light novels. Oh. I literally, funny you mentioned that. I saw on Twitter a light novel title that was just straight up about a guy who gets kicked out of a hero's party, and so as kind of a revenge thing, the guy starts like picking up MILFs for like a harem party thing from in this fantasy kingdom, and God knows how many other isekai-based light novel stuff I've been seeing in terms of other shows and anime that are coming out, and I'm like, God damn. But I feel like people are also sort of now seeing, like, all right, what's the isekai of the season, you know? Now, there's other reasons why I haven't been watching much anime lately besides that, but that gets into Crunchyroll and their bullshit. I may know the one you're talking about, but that description is basic enough that I could be thinking of the wrong one. Yep. It's that third attack that comes out faster than I think it does. But yeah, it's been... like, there's some shows I want to watch, but I just haven't gotten the drive to, because, you know, Crunchyroll and their bullshit of like, we're gonna monopolize the entire Western anime market and charge $100 a year for our services. And we're also going to stop letting people with free accounts watch anime with ads because fuck you. That's why. I'm watching Psycho-Pass right now. Good show, very good show. I heard a lot of good things about that. Not a lot about the second season, though. But yeah, it's... and, God, and it's not even just like, oh, let's do all that. It's also, hey, you bought a series digitally. There's a second season. Exactly. Exactly. There is a second season, but it's so bad that every fan of Psycho-Pass is like, what's season 2? Literally, just by asking that question, that is exactly what I mean. It's the same as like, it's the same as that Sonic OVA from the 90s. Yeah, I think it was the 90s. It's just something so bad that people just, like fans just don't mention it. You know? Like, they just don't. So, yeah, exactly. Ah, God. One down. God, he's so fast. You like Promised Neverland? What about season 2? Yep. Another case of that. And it's so... Promised Neverland is such an interesting situation with that because... like, season 1 was great. It was really good. And, you know, it's not like they were without some of the best material in the manga to do season 2, but season 2, like, was just such dog shit that everybody was like, what happened? Why? Because I haven't read the manga, but apparently, according to fans, the second season of the anime skips what many consider to be the best arc in the entire run. I thought the manga also got bad. No, I hear the manga's still really good. It's just the second season apparently skipped an arc or two. Kind of like how Berserk 2016 skipped an arc. Although then again, Berserk's also another situation of what anime? That's not us. That's not our thing. shit, that was my closest. Maybe it was just because people retroactively said the manga is bad after the anime decided to do what it did. Yeah, that could also happen, but no, I hear the source material is very good, just the anime is not good. Or the anime after season 1 isn't good. And that's such a sad cascading effect, isn't it? When people... But I feel like people that may hold that opinion might not have read the manga or assumed that the manga was like the anime. That's my guess. And I can understand why people wouldn't want to read the source material, but sometimes it really is that necessary. Like how Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re were like, people were just like, no, the manga's way better. And apparently it actually genuinely is. Like, it feels like more of a horror thriller manga versus what the anime was like. God, the fucking bullets. I'll read it one day, I swear. Yeah, I haven't read it either, to be honest. Mostly because when Tokyo Ghoul was popular, I was kind of in that dumb phase in high school where I was like, ugh, popular shows. No, I want to just watch Trigun and Slayers and watch all my niche stuff. Baccano all the way, man. Which I still love those shows, but I've grown to accept that sometimes something's popular because it's good, other times it's popular because it came out at the right time. Or it just hit a particular formula that inevitably became a trendsetter. Cough, Sword Art Online, cough. There are 3 main shows that come to mind immediately for shows I really like that people don't really care for. Yeah, I had that in high school when I was trying to get some of my friends into anime, or some animes that I liked, and they either didn't take it seriously, or they, didn't like the tone of it. But as I said, I've debated about giving some more popular stuff a go. I mean, shit, I read through all of One Piece in order Chihayafuru. I know that one is the best. Those Snow White notes. I've never heard of that one, and Dr. Ramune. I don't know that one. But I know Chihayafuru. That's the one involving the cards, right? Ow. Man literally gets a sausage penis in that shit. What? That sounds like, God damn it. Dr. Ramune, I mean, I see. Well, that definitely is that's definitely an elevator pitch of a way to recommend something to someone. Which, you know, I've got a question, chat. And this is a question posed that I asked before on stream, but it's been a minute. When it comes to recommending something, do you find that talking about one aspect of a show or what have you, or a game, helps with the marketing aspect of it all, or do you try to keep your recommendations spoiler free? Because for some, going off of like a vague recommendation of, oh, you're gonna like this, tends to not do as well for some. Whereas if you tell somebody a specific plot element, that tends to get people more interested because they want to see what leads up to that moment. That show's about a mysterious disease, and these people and these different diseases are caused by various elevated emotions and stressors in their life. Interesting. I think I've answered your question with that. Yeah. Like, I'm kind of two, like, I've had friends that are, like, friends that I have, are a bit like that, where I have, like, I'll try to keep summaries vague on some, but I'll have to, well, not have to, but I'll give some plot elements to others because that gets them more interested because they want to see the story leading up to that point. I literally divulged the summary of the later Slayer's light novels, like the newest ones, and you know, one of my friends said, yeah, that gets me more interested in reading it because I want to see how that kind of story plays out, because you just made the case. Help me be able to describe Chiaotofuru. It sounds so lame as hell, and literally anyone I've described it to. That's the, because that involves the, what's the game? I've played it in Yakuza before, because no one ever knows what Kurata, that's what it is. You could just describe it as a sports anime, because it kind of is. Like, it's a competition anime, right? Where characters are playing Kurata on a competitive level. You could quantify it as a sports anime. There you go. I hit the up button. I could, but then they feel like they got lied to a couple episodes in and call me a liar and cheat before quitting on episode. Yeah, I feel like that one's a particularly rough case because it's such a niche subject to make a show around. Like one show that I'm interested in trying out is the show Bartender. And that's a show literally about a guy who's a really good bartender that makes drinks that he specifically thinks of for people as they go into his bar and talk about their lives. I love Bartender. I need to fucking watch that. That and the Spice and Wolf remake, because I watched the first season and then a chunk of the second season, and I really like it, but I just haven't gone around to it. All right, so I'm gonna try locking in on, I described Bartender to my mom and she was like, and what happens? You know, in the plot. The plot is adults have shit that happens to them and they're having a martini because it's like, I had a bad day at work or something, and this bartender made me a good martini and then my night felt better. That's it. And sometimes that's what you want, in the same way that people like a farm sim, because it's just something that's just not an end of the world Marvel movie kind of story. It's a story of just life, hence the term slice of life. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna not talk for a second on this attempt because I want to see if I do any better about it, because I've been stuck on this fight. I almost had him there. That's it. Not talking does it. Damn it. Whew, that was good. That was a good one. I felt my heart race there. But yeah, recommending stuff is like I like to do that. Also shows I've already had Licorice Recoil, Sunny Boy, Tayori. I haven't finished season 1 of To Your Eternity, and I know there's a season 2 and a season 3 is planned. I haven't finished season 1. Fuck, I need to watch that. But literally the change to Crunchyroll's free policy happened during my break of from anime for a little while. Fuck, I need to watch that because I really like it. Damn it. And I've heard of Sunny Boy. I don't know what Licorice Recoil. Actually, the name sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen it. But yeah, To Your Eternity, for reference, the episode I stopped on was probably like just over the halfway point of season 1. For those that have seen To Your Eternity, you may know exactly what plot point I'm talking about. Not licorice, it's pronounced like how it looks. Oh, licorice. Oh. Okay. I think what's getting me in this fight is that sometimes his attacks are... Like, sometimes he doesn't leap as far for an attack, and other times he does. I think that's what's getting me here. It's a cool fight, I just don't like the, I don't like the bullets on... the turret guys on top. That just adds a thing for me to have to manage that I'm like, oh god. There isn't really enough of a pause for me to know when I can parry those unless I get his axes stuck in the ground, which I may have to bait for. That may be the attack that I have to wait for to actually pull that off. I just hope I get a good reward for all of this. And then after this, we'll head back to the topside area and try to confront the guy that's trying to attack a village. Backswing. 2 friends bullied me into long-ass shows. My friends convinced me to start watching Prince of Tennis, and then my other friend... Oh, wow. The Prince of Tennis to One Piece uppercut. Oh. Although, you know, One Piece may be long, but my god, am I glad I made the commitment to read the manga. Because for one, reading the manga made it go by way more quickly. Because though I hear there are some good filler arcs in the anime... I'm glad I went manga-wise and I just was able to blast through that in about 2-ish months. And now I'm all caught up and I'm just waiting for chapters to come out week by week. Because I believe Egghead's now wrapped up, the latest arc. But Prince of Tennis, oh man. That show... How do I put this? Prince of Tennis, I gave one episode a watch back when it was on Toonami. And I remember the first episode was like, it was some shithead as a part of a tennis club, and it was just the introduction of the main character. And that's it. Like, I remember that, and that's it. And I think I watched it mostly because I wanted to watch Mare, and I didn't want to miss that episode. If you don't know what Mare is, I don't blame you. It's a manga and anime series from the 2000s. That's actually an isekai, funnily enough. But it's about this kid named Ginta who arrives in a fantasy world, and it's a world where these artifacts that exist have really strange and unique powers. And the one he has is based on those Kodama? No, Kodama's the spirit. That Kondama ball toy thing, and it has a mustache. I also tried the manga out of that, and I ended up liking that a lot. She really likes Prince of Tennis, and to be fair, it seems fun so far. I want to switch to the manga, though. I don't think watching anime is adding much for me. I mean, sometimes reading the manga feels better because the anime just does not exactly translate certain panels very well. Like, you ever watched an anime and then tried the source material, and then you got to a scene in the manga that the anime got to, and you're like, wow, the manga really draws out more from this particular scene in this panel. You ever have that? Where you just read the source material and you're like, wow, the artistry here feels way better than the anime did. And that's not to knock animation studios for adapting it the way they do. It's just sometimes the manga is better in that sense. As a Vinland Saga fan, there's a particular bit in season 1 that Wit Studios definitely did not do justice, frankly. Yes! Woo! There we go. Huh. What do I get for that? Because the tennis matches aren't really taking advantage of it being animated, the slice of life scenes are pretty good, but the actual tennis matches use very little movement. Yeah. Yeah. I see what you mean. Like the limitation, like the animation does not exactly do the motions of tennis justice, whereas you read the manga and you're like, oh wow, the action parts with the tennis feel so lovingly rendered. Like maybe the artist does some really cool stuff with the inking and line process that makes it feel so different. And again, I don't want to knock animation studios for not doing everything, one thing justice, like a fight scene or a character introduction or a revelatory thing with a character. Well, to be frank, I have no proof that the tennis matches look better in the manga as I've not watched it. Right. Yeah, but that's kind of the thing I'm getting to is like sometimes when it comes to a character, sometimes when it comes to the source material versus an adaptation, there's just some things that the adaptation is not going to translate very well. And that's just the sad thing to accept is because, you know, you're translating one medium to another, and by doing that kind of translation, it makes it hard to... Oh, to be fair, to be frank. Oh, sorry. I keep mixing things up. But yeah, that's... Yeah, to be fair, I've no... Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's... It's understandable, the changes that need to be made. It's just... I think when it comes to adaptations, everybody is so doggedly about everything needs to be faithful no matter what. And while that's nice to have things be faithful, what works is for something to be faithful but also play to a medium's strengths. And does that mean some things need to get cut in the process? Yeah. I mean, think for the live-action One Piece series. They had to cut Hachi out entirely because his 8 arms would have been a nightmare to have on screen, be it CGI or as a prosthetic, since they wanted all of the fishmen to be literally prosthetics and makeup. And when it comes to anime, it's like sometimes a fight scene's not done justice, or looks as good as the source material, or maybe the story just gets retold, or they just cut out an arc entirely. So, yeah. That's... The nature of adaptation of works is definitely a deeper subject that I don't really feel like I'm qualified to comment on too much, but I can at least understand that adaptation's hard no matter what you're doing, and some mediums are better for it than others. Something like Avatar did the hardest parts the best, and then somehow fumbled on what should have been the easiest. Like Avatar: The Last Airbender, or is this a different Avatar? Or because Avatar: The Last Airbender is not based on anything. Last Airbender live action. Yeah. Well, I mean that's a yeah. Yeah, it's weird. And like I've been in the boat of like I wish that they could adapt some things more clearly. Like with The Witcher, for instance. The Witcher Netflix series, I thought season 1 was fine, albeit it felt like it was juggling like 3 different plot points that are 3 different time areas, and it felt very confused. But then season 2 happened, and I'm like, oh no, they're inventing a whole new storyline. Like they made this animated world look really good in live action settings, and then somehow fucked up the story, and then things should have been the easiest things to get right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Adaptation's tough, because there's also just so many constraints that can happen. But on the plus side, One Piece Season 2 sounds like it's going to be really fun. Oh, ads. And we're back from the ads. I got so wrapped up in the discussion that I completely forgot the ads were even a thing. I wouldn't run ads if I didn't need to, but, you know, Twitch affiliate and all that. But yeah, adaptations, not easy work to pull off because you've got deadlines and expectations from executives, fans that want things done the way that they want, and it's a whole balancing act. So this was where the guy was doing the thing. This is the injection port for the transmutation crucible. Do you want to put gene eradicator? Yeah! Good thing I didn't recycle it. Oh, he was powering up! Uh-oh. Open the transmutation crucible. Confirm. Hey, buddy. You enjoy your soak? You escaped? How amusing. But I do say, young master, what's the rush? If you want a fight, I'm always ready to oblige. There is no hog, Jaquan. What's happening? Did you mess with my transmutation crucible? Brilliant! Just brilliant. I knew you could play dirty. I told you we were the same. Shut it! As if there's any point playing clean with trash like you. I'm so touched. Playing dirty is just a noble Solarian tradition. Evil is engraved in our genes. As Solarians, we must learn to be more selfish, ruthless, and rugged than anyone else. To be built, Ford tough. With the new F-150, that can carry so many logs in its bed. That is how the J clan has stood out from the rest. I'm gonna go. This game is starting to interest me, so I don't want story spoilers. I recommend it. It's very good. I think it's like $30, I want to say. So yeah, just a heads up on the price. And yeah, the game is 9 souls. It's very good. I recommend it highly. The devs of this game were also the devs for Detention and Devotion, which were also games that are highly recommended by people. So yeah. That is how the J clan has stood out from the rest. Stood out from the rest. It's also how the J Kingdom brought about its own destruction. When Aegon settles this damned disease, the revival of our kingdom will be just around the corner. It's just such a pity that you won't be there to see it. Oh, wait, I know. Why don't I throw you into one of our transmutation crucibles and turn you into a Geno Guard? I'll even let you stand in the front row during our military parades. Come on, let's get this over with quickly. Ow. Excuse me. Okay. Cool fight. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to run to the boss now. Oh, come on. Whew, this is a rough fight. Okay. Gonna focus in on this. Oh, jeez. Woo, okay. The hitboxes last for a while on that. Alright. I'm gonna focus in on this fight a little bit. Ow. Jeez. Oh, God. That spear move is going to be tough to navigate around. All right. Got me while I'm healing. This is a cool fight. I do like it. Very fun. Very neat. I know what I'm supposed to do for that charge attack that he's got. I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to do the perfect move. The super parry. I didn't get the timing right on that. It didn't release in time. Okay. I can hold it. I just need to release on time for it to work. No, I should have charged that up sooner. All right. Let's go. Now what I'm wondering is, I'd fight him here, but oh, I probably go up to the village through the left there. Got it. Okay. Alongside getting his soul seal. You know what it is? I keep thinking my charge parry comes out faster than it actually does. Like, the charge actually takes a second to go up, so the second he charges, I should charge. That's what I need to do. There we go. Oh. Okay, there's a phase 2. Whew. Okay, I am getting better at the charge parry, though. That's the plus. Oh, okay. Let's go. Good fight. I like this fight. This might be my favorite in the game so far. Oh, flew across the stage at me, Jesus. Oh. Oh, all right. Whew. Okay. I can at least do better on the first phase now. Oh shit, Anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Sorry, I got distracted. Ah! Thank you for the generosity. Oh, thank you so much to that guy that invades streams. Be sure to hope you enjoy the emotes made by Lilith Vanille. All right, let's see if we can get it at this attempt. I'll try this attempt for you, Anonymous. Oh my god! Thank you for the other gifted sub. Thank you. Sorry. Ah! Ah! I thought I paused it. I didn't. Thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate it so much. Sorry. So everything's happening at once. Thank you so much for that. All right. All right. Let's see if I can repay the generosity by beating him this time. So many gifted subs! Thank you! Ah! Ah! No, you don't! You're not drinking your gamer subs on me, buddy! Drink your blowhole blast another time! Whew! Okay, let's get my heal back. Oh. Phase 2. Oh shit. Okay. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. I really appreciate that. Sorry, I'm shaking. Okay. Whew. All right. I'm gonna drink a little water. I have to fill up my water bottle at some point. I'll do that during the next ad break. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. It caught me completely off guard. All right. We can do this. We can do this. We can beat him. It's possible. All right, let's go. I released it too late. I released it too late. I really wasn't expecting it a third time. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it a third time. Also, hi Zinguine, hope you're doing well today. Is it smoldering again and I don't... Oh shit, smoldering again and I do not... Yeah, I agree. I do not approve of the hot weather. It's awful. It's been the 90s all weekend for me and it's been awful for me. But fall will be coming soon, so the heat will be at an end! Okay, taking a pause, break, pause. Rest my hands. Okay. Stretch my arms. Okay, good to go. I didn't even need to use up all my heals. I love the animation in this game. It's so good. It's the follow-up that he does with the red attack that I'm supposed to do the jump parry on. It's the skull hit. He doesn't do it all the time, and that's the trip up. Did too early. Gotcha. There. I should not have jumped there. I was thinking that he was going to do a different attack than he actually did. I could feel my heart racing. This is a good fight. Take a hit of the bong. smoking that shit that made Dracula break his wine glass. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I almost had it. I jumped too late. All right. I like that there's no walk up to the fight. That's nice. Okay, maybe it's a little something to me. Yeah, maybe it is a little something to me, man. This shit is something to me, man. Fucking! Oh, what a fight! Oh! Oh, I'm shaking! Oh! Oh! I think that may be my favorite fight in the game. Bar none. Oh! God, not since Virgil did I feel so good in a fight. I'm actually shaking. Holy shit. Oh. Oh, gotta get the nerves out. Holy fuck. Oh. That was for you, Anonymous. Oh, what a fight. So far, this is best fight so far. Oh, I'm stammering, I'm so excited. Oh. Whew. Oh. Oh, my heart's pounding. Oh. Did you seriously think this would be the end? Yeah. Thank you for being so considerate. I've embraced pain as my fuel. Oh, it's an Akira situation. Heroes are forged in agony. Oh. Alright, what do I get for this? Homing darts, an ancient weapon, can be handed over to Kwafu. This homing dart was a part of Jaquan's special collection. It was once considered an underhanded weapon used only by treacherous villains. Unfortunately for some people, reputation is only something for others to worry about. Those are probably for my arrows. Oh, do I not go to the village? Oh shit, wait! I just realized. I never have gone back to the village. Is there a way to go back that I didn't see? Bringing back to the ancestors. I learned that there are multiple endings to this game, and I guess I must have locked myself to an ending by not going to the village and helping them out. I just didn't know where I was supposed to go to help them. Oops. Experimental limits, please stop. Be careful with my precious experimental materials. Long live the Jade Kingdom, long may it reign for thousands of generations to come. So he wanted to be a hero that brought his people's kingdom back. Since they are a fallen kingdom. Yeah, I think I just locked myself into an ending. I just didn't know where to find the village, so they're probably all dead. Oops. Seal of Jaquan. A soul seal is the greatest symbol of power in the council and a key to unlock the council code. It is a soul's proof of authority. Jaquan's soul seal, containing the character Wu, signifies discipline. Over the 10 souls in the council he lamented the decline of the J clan and made it his lifelong mission to return them to their former glory. His staunch belief in the family percept, huh. I've heard perception, but not percept. His staunch belief in the family percept, heroes are forged in agony, has led him to develop a morbid obsession with pain, which he likes sharing generously with others. Uh-oh. My lord, have you and Jaquan settled the score? How did it go? Still breathing. You're not usually this concerned. What happened? The firewall at the Four Seasons Pavilion has intercepted a strange signal. Has your location been exposed? Not yet, but I fear our adversary may be dangerously close. Got it. I'll head back immediately. Take care of Xuan and don't allow anyone in or out. As you wish, my lord. The world map has been updated. I'm gonna check the world map. So, urgent event at the pavilion. But how do I get back to the village? I have no idea. If there was a way to get back to the village, I thought it'd be through here, but I guess not. Yeah, I guess we'll see how that goes. I can get a skill. Hold on. Increase internal damage inflicted by unbounded counter. Gain some Azure Sand. That'd be nice. I actually want to... I'd like to get the extra talisman hit. Yeah, no, I like the regular key blast. That one's fine by me. Yeah, I'm not sure if I was able to, like, I can check the map, but let me see in detail, because that, did that elevator take, oh god, does that elevator take me up to the village and I just missed it this whole time? It must have, damn it. Oh, or actually, no, it said past the hot area, so it had to be. Well, if I'm locked into an ending, I'm locked into an ending. I'll take what I can get. What did you bring me out here to do, kid? I don't have time for your monkey tricks. Oh, you're back.
Perfect timing. Do you have a minute? It's about this knife you gave me.
What? Have you mastered it already?
I think I've gotten the hang of it. Abacus helped me find a lot of information, and we even set up straw targets. Stand back and don't move. It's dangerous, so don't reach your hands out. Watch. Whew. What do you think? How does it look?
You prune the bushes into a... what is it?
Guess.
A squashed bug? It's definitely an insect. The pattern on the wings looks familiar. I see it now. Isn't that your mystic nymph? How could you even tell?
That's right. I've always wanted my own mystic nymph, and I didn't want to bother Yi about it. So I decided to cut one out.
I gave you that blade so that you could learn how to fight, not how to perform circus tricks.
Oh, I see. You should have said so. All you said was that I was going to learn how to use it. Who looks at a knife and just assumes it's used to stab other people? I can't. I'm just not good with weapons. Maybe I could use it to plow soil or shovel dirt.
If one day someone wanted to hurt you, don't you think you could protect yourself? Or do you think you could protect yourself?
Of course I can. Once they see the beautifully cut flowers and trees, they'll want to ask me how I did it. Then they'll find uses for their weapons that are far more interesting than hurting me. That's how I plan to stop them for hurting me.
Give it up, my primate friend. You're dealing with what's called an unwavering personality here. Alright. Kwafu, you... you have something for me. These darts. These are the flying darts Jaquan often uses. So this is what they look like on the inside. I can adjust the design to turn it into an arrow. But still, are you sure you don't mind using the same weapon as him? As long as the user has integrity, a weapon is just a weapon. Unless you think that by using Jaquan's weapons, I will somehow adopt his disposition. To be frank, you don't have a particularly friendly disposition either. Okay, give me some time and I'll get you your new arrow. Behold, the Shadow Hunter. As the name suggests, this arrow seeks and homes in on your enemies. Alright, arrows crafted based on homing darts. Upon firing, these arrows transform into several dart-shaped arrowheads that track the movements of enemies, locking on their locations and shadowing their every move. Cool! Sweet. Okay, so... set past the hot area, but... if there was an elevator that took me up to the village again, I don't know where I could have found it. So, yeah, I guess I'm locked into whatever ending I got, if I didn't help the village. Oops. I mean, I'll check the elevator that's past this way, but I doubt it. I doubt that that's the solution that we're looking for. Oh, I think Jaquan might be my favorite fight in the game. Like, I don't know how the other bosses are going to stack up, because Let's see how many we've got left. We got Kwafu, Gomang, Yanlao, and now Jiequan. So we've got 5 more. Wait. Was there another I'm missing? No, 5 more. We've got 5 more to go. Okay, never mind. That didn't work. Or wait, did it? Oh. Wait, no, that was where we dropped in from, right? Yeah, that's where we dropped in from. I don't think I could go back up from there. I think the village thing isn't actually timed. Oh. Really? Okay. Interesting. If it's not timed, okay. In that case, New Kunlun Central Hall, Factory Underground into Abandoned Mine Zone. Factory Underground. Where is that again? Factory Machine Room, Prison. Ah, here. Okay. Thank you so much. Also, hello, Tanamer. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well tonight. Yeah, thank you for that. Much appreciated. Yes, sir? Awesome. But yeah, that'd be nice, because if the ending depends on if I actually do it as opposed to doing it on time, that'd be really nice. So, I'll use the transport to get to the factory and then move on from there. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Was the abandoned mines the one that I couldn't get up to because... Yep. Okay. I'm missing an upgrade. That would explain why that's unfinished. Either it's a super jump or an elevator that I'm missing. How much gin do I have? Probably 0 because I... Yep. Whoa, hello. The Legend of the Porky Heroes. It is something you can already do. Something I can already do? I'll go back there and see what you mean. I'll go back there and check. Chapters 111 to 120 of The Legend of the Porky Heroes. After receiving the 4 treasures of the study, Xuan's handwriting has improved significantly. He handled the writing and cover illustration all on his own. The story is full of twists and turns, having changed protagonists twice. That's cute, he wrote a story. What's new on my status? Oh. I'll give the shadow arrows a go. Although I do really like the thunder arrows. That saved me a couple times. Alright, so I need to go here. Alright. Oh, I'm still reeling from that fight. That was such... Like, you ever have a boss fight in a game where you finish it and you just go, wow, that was absolutely peak boss design? That's how I feel now. That was one of those fights that I just want to see myself trying again and again to perfect it. I don't think I can make that jump. Like, kind of like Credo in Devil May Cry 4, you know, or Virgil in Devil May Cry 5. It's just one of those really just fun, awesomely designed fights that just tests your skills and feels like there's a minimal amount of just gimmickness to it. It's not to say that the other fights in the game are bad, far, far from it, but that fight was just something else and I loved it. Okay, and I can't make it up here because I don't have the ability to jump high enough yet. Is this what goes to the... No. No, it's from the other side. Ow. Oh. Like just the back and forth of the parries that I had to do alongside all the other pieces of damage. It just flowed so well. Like, you ever have that with a boss fight where you just felt the flow state of it so well and the design was just so perfect and nothing felt like it was bullshit? Because, to be blunt, I felt that a bit with Gomang. Like, she's probably my least favorite of the bosses that I fought so far because her Jiangxi helpers made the fight kind of tough to manage. Okay, so one thing I can do already that's... Wait a second. Hold on. Okay, no, I can't use the nymph up here. Gomang is my least favorite too. Yeah, it's... Oh my... That was there the whole time, and I just did not see it. I didn't think... The game literally advises you, like, hey, if you see a dead end, use your Mystic Nymph. Like, combination of... And... Just both of those at the same time. Damn it. Oh, but I did need the... Okay. I did need the Unbound parry upgrade to do that. But yeah, the thing about Gomang's fight that made it my least favorite is just... As I said, like, the Jiangxi soldiers would have been... Like, they're a cool idea. But what would have made the fight better in my eyes is if you at least... If you had a means to at least parry them while one of them was doing their red attacks. Oh shit. Like, if you played the game, you know what I'm talking about, where it's the attack where the larger of the two does that, does, I think, a charge move where he charges up his red aura and then charges forward. If you could do the... I think you get the skull jump in that area. Like, if you do the skull jump or the jade kick, I forget the exact name of the move. If you just get to do that and interrupt that, that would have made the fight far more manageable and fun. But in the end, we got the fight that we got, and while I wouldn't call it awful, it's definitely not my most favorite in the game. It just kind of felt like... it needed something to make it a bit more manageable, and that would have done wonders. Okay, I have to hit... Okay, I have to hit RT for both occasions. Oh! Ow! Motherfucker. There. Is there a light? Is there a clap on, clap off? For those that remember what that is. I've heard there are ways to cheese Gomang, but that doesn't seem fun either. I hate that. I hate when sometimes I've ended up well, cheesing a fight can be funny, but I'm not really one to cheese fights actively unless it's a total, like, last resort or accidental thing. And I've had accidental fight cheeses. Oh, you look fucking serious. Can I not? Okay, can't. I think of, actually, one story that I have involves Bloodborne, believe it or not. I was just playing, I think I was either playing Bloodborne on stream or on my own. Ow. I was either playing Bloodborne on stream or on my own, and I was up to Father Gascoigne, you know, somewhat tough fight, if you're not prepared for it. And I was going through it, and I think... No! I remember what I was doing. I had gone into someone else's world because I was missing insight to get a piece of armor that I really wanted. I'll tell the rest of the story in a second. Damn it. Well, at least I have a save point nearby and the lights are on. So that's a plus. But yeah, the, oh, shit. Too early. So the story goes, as I was going through the fight, I had gotten Gascoigne down to the second phase where he transforms into his wolf form. And as I got him into his wolf form, we're still in the graveyard section of the arena, which, you know, is the preferable place to fight him. And what happens is he gets caught into, he gets backed up against the wall, and then as me and the person whom I'm helping fight him, he gets caught on the environment and stuck on the fence and literally cannot move at all. Like, he genuinely can't move, and he is stuck there until we eventually beat him. So that's an example I've had of an accidental cheese of a fight. Ah, God, his attacks are so quick. And he changes them up, too. But yeah, that's one cheese that I had. And other times I've cheesed it because it's a game I've already played before, and I find it fun to do so. Too early. And I'm... Oh, jeez. Oh, no. There we go. I also just noticed I've got 2 skill points, so I probably should use... I should probably use those. I'll do it next time I die. Or next time I'm at that node. But yeah, it's... Or if, like... I don't like to cheese because it could also kill the tone that the fight is supposed to have, you know? Because there are occasions where you're playing a game and you fight a boss and you're like, oh man, I'm having a lot of fun with this boss. But then you notice something like an exploit in the AI or something in their moveset that's easily exploitable, and you're like, oh, well, that just kind of deflates all of the gravitas that this fight is supposed to have, you know? It's... yeah. Oh, it hits multiple times. I see. Oh, shit. Well, an ad break's happening. And we're back. Sorry about that. All right, ad break happened when I wasn't looking and went to go refill my water. All right, let's keep fighting this mini-boss and see how far we can get into this abandoned mine shaft. Yeah, cheesing a fight, while, like, and I think the only other times where cheesing I feel is kind of like, yeah, it's the thing to do, is stuff like speed runs, which I'm not a speedrunner, so that's kind of my situation with that. There we go. And, and most of the times I never even intend to cheese a fight whenever it happens, so yeah. I unless the fight is genuinely unfun, cheesing a fight is never really something I actively try to look to do. I think maybe the other closest time I've ever cheesed a fight was the times where I would just... Oh, when I streamed Dark Souls and I fought, in quotes, Havel the Rock by just backstabbing him a bunch. There we go. The Goemon cheese stuff wasn't full hard cheese. There was just still risk of dying, but it just killed her a lot faster. But it still bypassed a lot of the difficulty, in my opinion. Ah, I see. Okay, so it's not so much it makes the fight trivial, it just makes the fight less of a pain to go through. I see. GG, by the way, that mini-boss really had no chill. No, it does not have chill. Chill is not a word that it knows. It only knows go hard and do hard. Okay. But that was a cool fight though. But yeah, I guess if it makes it slightly easier. I just think, I think the only other... I don't know. Cheesing for me is just a thing where it's like, while I see the merit in some respect because of the whole speedrun aspect of it all, I don't do it because I just want to not completely kill the gravitas of a fight and potentially make it feel less entertaining to myself, because I like narrative gravitas for fights. It makes it feel nice when a fight feels important, and then you don't just do an exploit that makes the boss do a funny animation, or you do the Souls thing of like wandering around a human enemy's backside and they're just trying to follow you, you know? Insert abandoned mines token. Ah, so this was it. All right. All right, is the village destroyed? Cavestone inscription. A message someone left behind. To all those seeking answers, do not go any further. Obey the gods and be an ignorant peach blossom villager. Live well. The message engraved on the stone must have been left by some unknown ape man. Okay. I recognize this cave, I believe. This was where we start the game in. You weren't there before. Beautiful. Yep, this is where we started. And now there's enemies in it. Is there something still at the start here, or is it just... Nope, still the fish. Okay, so sure enough, literally the only thing that I had gotten wrong during my exploration to get back to the village was that I needed to use the Mystic Nymph. But I still needed some of the upgrades that were pretty vital for some of those fights. So I guess in the end, it wasn't too bad that I came here as late as I did. Like getting the super parry. Oh, the simulation's breaking around the sky. I thought my game was glitching for a second. Ooh, this music. So, y'all ever get so used to a boss and their fast movements that anytime an enemy is slightly slower, your brain just goes like, oh, I have to change gears now? That's what's happening to me right now with these enemies. That's why I'm messing up the parries. Like, in theory, they should be easier, but because I just had to do 2 fights where fast parrying was necessary, my brain just sees slow parries and I'm like, uh-oh. It's... I like this glitched out sky. There we go. Oh, okay. Every enemy in the game was like that on my second playthrough. Ah. Oh, you do that. That's cool. Oh no. Oh no. Ooh, that's gonna be a rough go. I can do it. It's just enemies coming in, and now you've got ones that shoot the red bullets. Oh no. Well. Wait, is there anything down that way? Aha, there was. But yeah, that's just the thing where you're just so used to a fast move set from a boss fight that the second you go back to regular enemies, like the wind up of attacks feels weird, and it's like how people portray the Flash and how every second feels like an hour because his super speed makes his mind work in rapid pace. Swift Blade, increase triple slash attack speed. Ooh, that's nice. I like that a lot, that's good. Okay. Let's get a Smoke that shit that gave me Cyclops' vision powers. Oh, you're different. Hello. There we go. Okay. So that was something. Ooh, good thing I came over here. Nice. All right. Let's go try that again now, shall we? And maybe not do that. Or that. Or that. Or that. Maybe I should just get my shit back. Oh, I need more of the statuses. All right. Or more jade slots. All right. Now. Yeah, it doesn't so much happen in stuff like JRPGs where all of it's turn-based or action-based where enemy levels matter a whole lot. It's in action games where, like, say I'm playing Devil May Cry 5, for instance, and I get so used to how the Fury enemies attack in that game, and then I fight one of the Angelo enemies, and my timing's just completely off on dodges because, you know, it's just two completely separate enemies with two completely separate movesets, and I just go like, uh-oh. This is not how I compute that move. Because now I'm basically fighting only regular enemies here. You know, I wish I could get a Jade upgrade that lets me parry simultaneous attacks. All right. I like how much damage my charge does. It's good. This is really good music. There! Just get rid of your damn shield. missed my timing on that. Oh, the bullet. And you know, I think after I save the village is probably where I'm going to stop for the night. Because my streams, I have to kind of keep them a bit short since now that I have a job, I've got to make sure I have a good sleep schedule. So, just letting you know that now, that after we save the village, that might be where I stop. And I think that's a good stopping point, if any. And you know what? If nothing else, this section is perfect for farming up experience to get skill points. So there's a positive for dying a whole lot. I don't lose the experience for skill points on death. All right. And actually, since you've done a second playthrough, I've got a question for you. Does this game have New Game Plus, where you keep all of your upgrades, from, and, you know, get to use them from the beginning? No, each save is from 0. Okay, just curious. Wow, that wasn't even... what happened there? Okay, so yeah, no New Game Plus. All right, just curious about that, because New Game Plus is a very interesting subject, considering a lot of people prefer to have it versus other times where they want to start from 0. I'm of the mind that I like New Game Plus in some instances, but I usually play a game once unless it's something I'm really into. Like, for instance, I started a second playthrough of Lies of P, and I also have a New Game Plus run for whenever the DLC of that may come out. Because I love that game. Lies of P is such a good game. I do think it would be interesting for this game. Yeah, because, like, you know the Gomong fight? I've got this move, and I figured that'd be good for instances of fighting her where, you know, you attack her in midair, but you also throw in one of these to keep your airtime up. Or the charge move, you know, stuff like that. Or the amount of key charges you can pop in. So... it'd be interesting. I don't know if the devs would plan on adding that in an update, but it'd be cool. Because it feels like the devs do have their ear to the ground, as it were, as far as stuff they can do to update their game. Since they did add some stuff like updates for fixing crashes, so I could see it working. There are some really cool Jades that aren't available until Endgame 2. Yeah, so New Game Plus would be interesting in that case too, because you get to play more with an Endgame Jade that you probably didn't get to do or use fully in the proper story. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. Let's try this again. There we go. Okay, let's heal up the internal and let's go again. Fuck that thing. Ah, damn it. There we go. Got him. Dark steel can be used to strengthen arrows. Fuck yeah. Get a hit of that shit. I'm smoking that shit that got me seeing hexagons in the clouds. Like clipping through a video game. Turned on them GTA 3 cheat codes. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. All the villagers. You're right, it was not timed. I thought after beating Jaquan, I'd have lost the villagers, but I didn't.
Alas, a god has manifested. You are our savior, and for that, we are humbly and eternally grateful. God is merciful, and he brings boundless blessings. All right, let's get organized once you're done worshiping. There might be a few more enemies around. The Peach Blossom Village is honored to have your divine protection.
Don't be stupid. He's not a god. You're an embarrassment. How are you still so stubborn after all we just witnessed?
Anong, you're safe? You silly boy, where did you run off to? You know how worried we've all been?
He's been with me. He was the one who asked for help this time.
On you?
Nonsense, that's not what happened.
Is that so? Thank you for taking Anong under your care. Our most sincere gratitude for your kindness.
Make no mistake. He's only here because of that brat Schwan. You're all just lucky to have survived. With the village destroyed, you'll be facing many more dangers. You better be prepared.
Don't exaggerate. Our village has suffered a temporary setback, that is all. Fear not. Fear not, everyone. If we pray with sincerity, we will quickly be able to return to our original lives.
The village is now crawling with metallic beasts. Only an idiot would return.
Zip it! The Divine One still watches, and it's disrespectful to yell.
I've had it. Nothing I say ever gets through to any of you. You can all go fend for yourselves. I don't care anymore. In fact, I want to see how long he decides to keep you alive.
Divine One, please forgive Anong's irreverence.
He's right. If you want to live, you shouldn't return to the village. Set up shelter here until this blows over. This area is connected to the docks, so it should be relatively safe.
If that is your divine will, then we shall obey. May we continue to receive your blessings and emerge safely from this disaster.
Survival is your #1 priority right now.
Understood, Divine One. Right, I just wanted to ask about Anong. The boy hasn't been causing trouble, has he?
He hasn't done anything that would hinder me, but he can be a bit noisy.
We are so sorry. The kid has always been blunt to a fault. Your tolerance is appreciated. Since you'll be seeing him again, can I ask you to pass something on?
What is it?
I have some poison here. No, please don't misunderstand. I'm not trying to hurt him. His body is...
It's fine. I know this might as well be medicine to him.
Ah, so you already know of his condition. Wonderful. It can be difficult living alone with his condition. He's so fortunate to have someone taking care of him.
I never said I was taking care of him.
Oh yes, if he asks you where you got it, just tell him you picked it up off the ground. Well then, on behalf of the entire Peach Blossom Village, I would like to send our best wishes to you, O Divine One.
All right. Porcine Gem. The gallstones of a Dongkong boar. It can be used as medicine, but ingesting it without going through the proper filtering process can lead to heavy metal poisoning.
Need to find a way to rebuild.
He ingests it and then he's like really into Metallica out of nowhere.
Where can we find water here?
Or he ingests it and he gets really into Slipknot. All right, let's absorb this. We'll save. And then that's where we'll end it for now. So about 3 hours, which I think is a good time of stream, if any. All right. Well, it has been a lot of fun. Kind of a back-to-back boss situation, but honestly, I didn't mind, because the bosses in this game, like, with a couple of exceptions as far as the gimmicks are concerned, are really, really fun. Very, very fun. So, yeah, this kind of makes me excited for what the next boss might end up being like, because every Soul boss has had its own unique flair, and Jaquan's flair has just been a straight-on fight. Just do your parries, do your perfect parries, do the unbound parries, and occasionally break a shield. And it was just great from there. Really fun fight. So yeah, that's going to be it for the stream tonight. Thank you all. Yes, next boss is a fan favorite. Oh, yeah. Oh, consider me excited. But yeah, that's going to be it for me for the night. Thank you all for joining me, and thank you again to the anonymous gifter earlier for the subs. And thank you all for chatting and just listening to me yap about the nature of adaptations, as well as the nature of why that Condor game flopped as hard as it did. Great stream. Good night. Good night. Good night to you. Thank you for coming by. As for when I'll stream next, it's going to be a lot later in the week. But I'll make sure to let you all know on my socials. So if you want to catch my streams live, if you're watching this on YouTube, hi YouTube, check my socials. I usually post my schedules on there, and most of the time my streams are on 7:30 CS or 7 to 7:30 or so p.m. CST. So that's the time zone that I usually go by. And as for other streams in the future, as I said, check my socials. I usually post what streams I'm doing then over on mostly Tumblr and Blue Sky and YouTube. So keep an eye out there for when I go live next. So yeah, with that said, thank you all for joining me tonight. It's been a pleasure as always. Stay hydrated, keep your postures checked, be good out there, and I'll see you on the next stream. Take care, everyone.